Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wave the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka that guy. Wave the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we usually delve into a lot of painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning, you know, no topics are barred, and we'll pretty much just talk about whatever. Movies, music, life, who knows. It's usually how we get derailed really badly on the show, but that's okay. That's half the charm, as it were. And so, yeah, if you are a first-time viewer, and you're watching this live, you can ask your questions either in Twitch or in YouTube, as I'm streaming to both of those sites right now. So if you prefer Twitch, join me on Twitch. And if you prefer YouTube, join me on YouTube, or join me on both. It doesn't really matter, because I will see your comments on either. And if you're attending live, you can ask your questions in the comments, of course, or you can always ask your questions at Kris@miniwargaming.com. And, you know, I'll be sure to answer it in the email segment of the show. Of course, if I don't answer you right away, you can always, wait for one of the monkeys to answer the question, as the monkeys are very knowledgeable folk, and they know lots of stuff. A lot of them have been watching me for a long time, and so they know pretty much, you know, a lot of the answers to a lot of the common questions, but feel free to ask whatever is on your mind. I mean, you know, there are no dumb questions here. I've been asked 100 times how to paint, you know, highlight black, and I'll answer it 100 more times. I'm more than happy to help people out, you know. So, and that's really what this show's all about. The show's all about you guys, helping you guys, and helping you guys, you know, really enjoy the hobby, right? Getting the most out of the hobby, as it were. So, and so speaking of monkeys, I can see, who do I see? I see Cake Jelly. Hello all. I see Kevin Cabal. Good morning, Kris and fellow monkeys. Dark Commission. Hi, Kris and monkeys. Knit Fink. Hello, everyone. Hello, Knit Fink. Old Man Logan. Hi, all. First live show for me in a few weeks. Hope everyone is well. I hope so as well. G Squared. Hey, everyone. Computer problems, so may not be here long. Okay, so basically he's just hanging on by a thread. You can imagine he's at his computer and he's like, hang on, baby. Hang on. It's like Han Solo, and, you know, he's hoping the Millennium Falcon holds together, and he's, oh, hang on. I don't know if that's actually what he's doing, but that's what I like to imagine is going on. He's like, oh, hang on. Stay together, baby. Vasily Shimko, hey people, and great monkey pimp overlord. Is it pimp overload or overlord? Because if it's a pimp overload, I kind of like that. The pimp overload. There's just so much pimp that it's just overloading everything. I like it. Ghost to Starman Deluxe. What's up, monkeys? Missed last week's thanks to 40k Apocalypse. Cool. How'd that go? Did you take any pictures? Did you take any pictures of your Apocalypse game? Because if you did, post them in the Discord, because I like to see. I mean, I'm a big Apocalypse nut, so I mean, you know, I likes me some Apocalypse. Ten Hall over on Twitch. Hi, Kris. Hi, everyone. Hello. Dorn Jr., sorry I'm tardy, was watching some guy that looks a lot like you on Sit and Talk. Oh, yeah, I was doing Sit and Talk today. Or, when did I do that? I did that Thursday. So, yeah. Sit and Talk, I mean, initially, Sit and Talk was, if anybody who's been watching Mini Wargaming for a long time knows that we've been doing the live stuff for quite a while. Way of the Brush, Shrine of Chaos, Sit and Talk, You know, we had Gaming with the Cooler. We had the Hour of War. You know, and so we had like all these other programs going on at the same time. And Sit and Talk was Matt's, you know, and then somehow it's evolved to being Sit and Talk being the whole crew, which is fine. You know, I mean, like, it's a lot of fun. Gives everybody a chance to, you know, to kind of ask any kind of questions. But I mean, like, I do this show, I've been doing this show, Way the Brush, for a few years now. 2012, 2013, I think I've been doing this. And, you know, I mean, my life's an open book, so ask me anything. And of course, you know, every week people get to ask me whatever. But usually it's a lot of painting stuff, you know, whereas, you know, the Sit and Talk, it's some painting, it's some goofy questions. And, you know, like the one that was asked during the Sit and Talk was, if the building was on fire, who would I save, Matt or Dave? I said, well, if the building's on fire, I'm going to save me. Screw them, I'm out of here. Wow, here's a name. Wojciech, Miztal. Wow, that's a mouthful. I don't even know where to begin with any of that. So I'm just gonna say Miztal. I'm just gonna go with Miztal because that first part that's a nightmare. Hello, Kris. Hello, Miztal. The first part I can't. Again, name butcher, right? So, you know. Swiss Toby. Hey guys, greetings from the monkey from the Alps. Well, welcome. Like, are you Swiss Toby? Are you really in Switzerland? Are you Swiss? Yeah, that's cool. My wife's Swiss. Southpaw Studios. Good morning, Kris. First live video for me, John. Well, welcome, Southpaw. G squared. Hang on, your every word. Hanging on to your every word. No, I just imagine he's at his computer bed. He's like, hang on, baby, hang on. You see smoke, a couple sparks. No, hang on. Ishab011. Aloha, Kris, and the rest of the monkeys. Hope all are doing well and having some fun. Looking forward to the show. So am I. Vasily Shimko. You are who you want to be. That's right. In the words of Iron Giant, you choose who you want to be. Anybody ever watch Iron Giant, that old cartoon from like the late 90s? My son loves that show. They had like a big statuette of the Iron Giant. I'd love to get it for him, but like it's like freaking $500, and it's like, I don't know if I love him that much. But it'd be cool though. I mean, because like it was like this big, you know, like 20-some inch statuette or statue, and so yeah, very cool. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe one day I will. Maybe when I'm making those millions, I guess. That ain't happening. Anyway, Kate Jelly. Sitting helping my sister paint her new Slanesh army. I'm not that good, but I'm sure we'll try to help. Yeah, no, whatever you can do. I mean, and you know, don't feel that, you know, you need to kind of, you know, hover over every process that, you know, she's doing, especially if she's new or whatever. And this goes for everybody who's new and they have somebody who's more experienced with them. And, you know, you're trying to help your friend out with some of the things. Don't feel that you need to hover over them. Let them go about their process. Let them figure out their own mistakes. Let them figure that stuff out. And, you know, that's what's really going to help them, is just kind of letting them go at it. And, you know, and then you go, okay, well, see here, this is kind of where you went a little heavy, and, you know what I mean, you missed an area here, and, you know what I mean? So do that for them. You don't have to hover over them going, oh, no, we got to go here. No, do this. So hold the brush this way. No, you know what I mean? You don't have to babysit them like that. Oh, man, I'm fighting back a sneeze here. Oh. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Still need to send an email with pics of Mortarian since he's finished. He's been finished for a week. Yeah, where's Mortarian, man? Swiss Toby. Yeah, I'm from Switzerland. Cool. I'd like to go visit Switzerland. Well, I mean, so does the wife, but I mean, like, you know, I think it'd be just fun because H.R. Giger, I'd love to go visit his well, it's basically a museum now, I suppose, but yeah, I'd love to go there. That would be my one and only stop in Switzerland. I don't know what else kicks ass in Switzerland, which I'm sure there's lots, but yeah, that's the first place I'm going, and probably last. Oh man, sorry folks, I'm trying not to sneeze here because I'll be on a sneezing fit for a while. Holy moly! Okay, here we go. Here's another name. I'm probably going to butcher the hell out of this. Panyantis Constantinou? Panyantis Constantinou? I'm probably saying that way wrong, and I apologize. But anyway. Hello from Cyprus. Yes, it's a real place. Greekon. Yeah, I've heard of Cyprus. Yeah, quite a busy spot, you know, some time ago. Gummy Nerds, Kris, your last Sit Talk video in the Mini Wargaming Vault was very informative and entertaining. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being a Vault member. Mistal, name butchered. Cool. Well, I don't know how to say that first part. That's like, whoa, Kachek? Whoa, Kachek? See, I'm probably way off. It's probably like, I don't know. If I had to guess, it's something like Polish or something like that, and I'm like the J is like a V sound or something like that. I don't know. I'm way off. Talking crazy now. I know. Vasily Shimko. For some reason, I was scared of that cartoon as a kid. It's a good show, man. Watch it. Watch it again. It's an excellent show. It has a nice life lesson. It'll touch you right in the feels, you know. So. It's a good flick, man. It's a good flick. Kaylin Rivers. Morning, everyone. Here for the first time live to laugh and learn. Well, hopefully learn and a little bit of laughing. And hopefully not too much laughing. Because then it's like classroom, you know. I mean, you can't learn anything in a classroom when everybody's giggling their asses off, right? I mean, you know, you got to get some seriousness in, I suppose. Mad Cow Crazy, Cyanide and Happiness. Iron Giant was the best version. Cyanide and Happiness. Iron Giant was the best version. I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, you're gonna have to send me a link. I'm not familiar with that one. Okay, Jelly. Yeah, we are painting the starting collecting box. I'm painting one, and she's painting one, so I can help her with the different techniques. Techniques. Some techniques, is it? Hopefully helping with the techniques. Let's shut that off. We don't need that going. I don't think we really need that going. What else don't we need going? I think that's it. I think we're okay here. Alright. Back to the comments. The techniques, yeah. Dark Commission, episode 191. You can put a price on love, and it's less than $500. I know that doesn't that make me seem like a big old cheap bastard or something like that? It's just like, you know, come on, doesn't he love his son to get him, you know? Man, I bought that guy so many damn toys and things, and just, you know, I mean, in part, they were things from my childhood, and, you know, like, and so it was kind of fun watching him play with those toys that I enjoyed as a kid, you know. Like, he used to have G.I. Joes and Star Wars, and the big one that he loved, and the cartoon that he loved, is Voltron, and we got him all the big lions, and it was like a big, you know, when they assembled the Voltron together, it was like a big, you know, big toy. He played with that forever. Don't even know what happened to it. Probably broke somewhere. Destroyed. Lost to time. Collector's item now, I'm sure. But anyway. Everything's a collector's item nowadays. It's just everybody's all up on nostalgia. And, you know, it just seems like everything has some sort of, you know, collector's value or something. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's a weird age we live in. Remv. Hey, monkeys. Hey, Kris. Hello, Remv. Let's talk Fight Club. Man, Remv, I don't like. First rule, Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule, Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Of course, if we're talking Project Mayhem, we don't talk about Project Mayhem either. Ms. Cal, yeah, it's Polish. Yeah, okay, so I don't know. Kaylin Rivers, try Wojciech. Wojciech? Would that be it? Wojciech? I mean, I'm probably saying the last part wrong too, but I mean, my Polish is terrible. I knew a Polish girl. Well, I knew a couple Polish kids back in the day. One fella, he was a big kid too. The other one, you know, she was really nice and everything like that. Wonder what happened to her. Don't know. You know, just lots of time, you know. But anyway. And they were straight from Poland too. And she got to meet the Pope, John Paul, way back in the 80s. Yeah, it was very cool. Anyway. Caitlin Rivers, being bit. Whoa, what? Being bit watching your older videos. Yeah, sure, give the older videos a spin. It's, you know, I mean, you'll find we double up on some information in some of the older shows, but I mean, you know, some stuff is, you know, new, and of course you get to see, like, it's kind of fun, you know, seeing some people who have been posting for a long time and posting pictures of like their models and stuff like that, and seeing, you know, what they were posting before, and you know what I mean, and you can kind of see the progress, and you know, I just kind of, you know, I light up from that when I can see people progressing. That makes me feel good when I can see that you know, like, I like to think I played a part in that, and you know, again, it makes me feel good. George Hens, sorry late. I was cleaning an airbrush. Well, take care of your brush. Take care of your airbrush and take care of your brushes, because they'll take care of you. Not like take care of you, but I mean, you know. Well, maybe they'll take care of you. I don't know. Ramviet Kris, from where do I get a Gee, I'm old shirt? Loving that. Hee hee. The shirts, often I've been buying these goofy shirts from, because there's another one I have. It's Consume with the Monopoly Man. It's a play on the movie They Live by John Carpenter, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, the shirt is T Fury. T Fury. That's where I get them. And so, you know, you can pick a color. I chose, you know, Army Green because G.I. Joe, right? So. Yeah, there's another one too that I want to get. It's a pie graph, and like one half it says knowing, and then the other half is the battle, and so it's knowing's half the. Come on, kids! I don't think I have to explain that one. Peter Bartkowick. Anyway, I finally managed to tune in live. Hello, everybody. Hello, Lord Krabby. Sup, Lord Krabby. Drogathron. Are you having a pleasant day, Kris? I am having my most pleasant day. I'm a little sore, actually, because I went to a concert last night. I went to go see Marilyn Manson. And I had a lot of fun. And stood in the freezing cold for about an hour and a half while it snowed on us. But once we got in, we got really great spots. Wasn't too close to the stage because I didn't want to get involved in the mosh pit because I'm too freaking old for moshing. But I was up on this like platform area where it was just like everybody's head height was like at my waist. So like I was at a perfect height, way over everybody's heads, even way over everybody. Because nowadays at concerts, people like have their cell phones up in the air, so like you have this whole sea of cell phones. Actually, do I have one of my? I took a couple pics because I was one of those assholes who was, you know, taking pics at the concert too, right? So, let me see here. Let's go. Yeah, so like you go like that, and you can see everybody's freaking hands in the shot there, and there's Marilyn right there. So, yeah, it was really cool. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. He played all the songs that I wanted him to play. He didn't even know what songs I wanted him to play, and he played them. So yeah, you know, and of course, and he was on for like damn near hour 40, which is pretty long, yeah, it was good. It was a good show. It was really good. It wasn't like his back in the day where, you know, he's up on stage cutting himself and stuff like that. It wasn't any of that crazy crap. It was more just, you know, him being Marilyn and, you know, projecting what he's currently projecting. Whatever that is. Either way, it was a good show. MWG Josh, what up, monkeys? What up? Kaylin Rivers, hey there, Josh. Pink Master, hey Kris. I'm trying the chipping medium from Vallejo. The only problem is the only action to paint the model already chip it? Is it because of the water in the paint? Okay, that sentence didn't quite make sense to me. The only problem is the only action to paint the model already chip it. Is it because of the water in the paint? I'm not sure exactly what that solution is, that the chipping medium. Off the top of my head, I would guess it's an alcohol base. You know what? I have. Hold on. I have AK Interactive's chipping fluid. And let me see what this is. I haven't even opened this. I haven't even touched this. This was from the Asset Drop product that you may have seen if you're following many wargaming and stuff. I did a little spot for them. Man, that has no smell. Or maybe I can't smell it. I can't smell that. Oh, there it is. There was a bubble. There was a bubble. I was blocking the smell. Yeah, it smells like alcohol. Like it's got some sort of alcohol in it. So, I'm guessing when you're doing the paint chipping, it's the alcohol that's breaking down that surface and it's just allowing you to peel back that paint just a little bit. Now, mind you, I have not played with this stuff at all, so I can't say whether or not, you know, it's Vallejo or if it's AK or what have you. But the paint should be dry when you're using this stuff, I do believe. So you should be able to just apply this to the surface and use something like a little pick or even a toothpick, or if you have any like the little dental picks like for sculpting and stuff like that, you can use those and pull out that surface. Now, mind you, typically if you're going to use this stuff, you lay down a base layer of like rust or whatever, you seal it, then you lay down another layer of body that's going to be, you know, the color of the vehicle or whatever you're working on, and then you use this stuff and then you pull that layer away. It's kind of like the hairbrush method, which essentially is the same technique as well, but basically, you know, you're laying down a rust layer first, you seal it, then you put another layer on top. Now, if you're doing it entirely by hand, if you're laying these colors up by hand, if that's what you're doing, Pink Master, yeah, that might be why you might be also having a bit of trouble too, is because you might not be laying down a smooth enough, thin enough coat of paint on that surface for the chemical to react with, so that it can pull that surface, and you may be pulling too much of the paint. But that sentence, I didn't quite understood what that sentence meant though. Is the only problem is that the only action to paint the model already chip it. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. I'm taking a guess at your problem here, buddy. But if you can kind of clarify for me exactly what's happening, I would be very appreciative. Ram V, thanks. Ms. Cal, Ms. Tal, Pink Master, you need to varnish and paint again. Yes, that's exactly it. You need to, you lay down your rust layer, if that's what you want. You lay down the rust layer, and then you lay down varnish layer, and then you put another layer of paint on top. Now, typically, it's easier with the airbrush because you can lay nice thin layers down on top of each other, but you can still do it by hand. It's just you got to be really good at laying thin body paint down. G Squared, episode 191. There was a bubble blocking the smell. Ram V, ordered a shirt because I had to. Did you order the same one? Yeah? Okay. Now, I normally get about a 2X or 3X. This one here is a 3X, and it fits me really good. So, yeah. But normally I can wear about a 2X or a 3X, depending on where it's made. If it's made in China, I need like a 4X. Because for whatever reason, Chinese measurements are just not big enough. Because I got a 2X one time from China, and it fit like a medium. it was very tight. But Dorn Jr., can you count on one hand how many times "Come smell this" has been shouted across the main working office? Come smell this? You know what? I don't know. It depends. Some weeks, yeah, it's really weird around here. Some weeks, you know, it's pretty normal. Some weeks it's really weird. Some weeks it's almost normal. So, could I count on one hand? No, because I mean, one week it might be like, you know, 20 hands. Another week it might not be any. And another week it might be one hand. And you know what I mean? So, really inconsistent as far as the crazy level around here. And there's a lot of crazy people. It's amazing that any work gets done around here, considering the amount of crazy people that work here. So, really, that's got to be an accomplishment. It's like organized chaos, I think, is what it is. White Wolf 14. Hi, Kris. I've been working on 30k Imperial Fists and just started 40k Primaris Crimson Fists. Will try to send you some pics if home in time from shopping. Please, White Wolf, please. I love getting pictures from people, and I love, you know, seeing what everybody's working on, because again, when you guys send me pictures of what you're working on, and then like a year or two down the line, and you say, "Hey, Kris, I haven't sent an email. Well, here's what I've been working on," and I can see a difference in your painting, it just makes my day. Lord Krabby, Kris, did you see the new Deadpool 2 trailer? I did see the new Deadpool 2 trailer. Pretty darn cool. I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, it's Deadpool, and it's Ryan Reynolds. He's hilarious, and you know, I'm sure it's gonna be a great film. I'm sure it's gonna be hilarious, and you know, because he's doing so well with the fan service of portraying Deadpool in the right way. I'm sure that the treatment of the other characters will be the same. So, like for Josh Brolin wow, Kane. Anyway, Kane. What the hell? I'm blanking out here. Anyway, it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. I'd almost even willing to bet money. Almost. Pink Master, sorry for my English. The chipping medium that I was talking about is used on top of rust, but under the color. Once dry, wet the model and you'll be able to chip. Okay, so it reactivates once the water gets on that surface. Okay, and so you're having, like, what problem are you having? He says he was thinking maybe because of the water I used to thin the paint, maybe I should use medium to thin. Possibly. So like the paint is, maybe it's just too much chipping going on, like the whole paint is reacting, and like, yeah, I'm not visualizing exactly what's happening. Like what is the problem that's going on? Yeah, that's really what it is. I mean, like I said, I've never used the product, but I mean, like, I'm sure we can figure it out exactly what's going on. Ramv, email time. Yeah, getting close. Dr. Santos, there he is. Hello, monkeys. Lord Krabby. Oh, Lord Krabby just saying hi. Dor Jr. Kris, is the process for bending Forge World the same as straightening? Yes. Yeah. Because if you're bending Forge World, you're still straightening, right? Because if it's bent, you're straightening, and if it was straight and you're bending, both are bending actions. You're bending it, right? So that's bending, by the way. I got a las cannon set where wire needs to contact from the cannon to the backpack, but it comes straight. Oh, the wire. The wire's straight? Yeah, you just bend the wire. Is that what it is? I got a las cannon where wire needs to connect from the las cannon to the backpack, but comes straight. Yeah, if it's a wire, like if it's a brass wire, yeah, you're gonna need like a little pair of pliers and just carefully bend and just slowly work it. You know, brass, you can just grab it and just brass. Cable, that's it. Cable, not cane. Cable. Thanks, Jotham, Geek of Spades, over on Twitch. Must be some smart people over on Twitch. Yeah, but if it's a piece of brass, yeah, that's all it is. Is just take a little pair of pliers and just slowly just bend it and shape it to the angle you need to get the 2 contact points. If I'm reading that correctly. Andy Ritchie, Pigmaster, you need to let the chipping fluid dry for a couple of hours. Interesting. So, Andy, have you used the Vallejo stuff? Because I have never used that stuff, so I could not say with any degree of accuracy. Kaylin Rivers, been out of painting and gaming for about 30 years. Whew. Just now getting back into it. Was thinking about Army Painter's paints to start with. Cheaper in case my hands do not work as well as they need to. Yeah, sure. There's nothing wrong with Army Painter paints. Army Painter's got a really great selection of colors. They got all sorts of primers and effects and stuff like that. And so, no, I don't see there's nothing wrong with Army Painter paints. They're good paints, and yeah, they are, priced a little bit lower. But I mean, it really doesn't speak to the quality. I mean, their which color was it? Their black is really good, and black is always a really tough one to get right. There was another color I really liked. It covered really well. Can't think of it now. Maybe yellow? No, Citadel yellow is really good. Citadel white has been really good. But, yeah. Anyway. Dr. Zantos, watching the show on my tablet while chatting on the phone, eating pizza, and multitasking. Old man Logan, cable. Yeah, that's cable. I know. Cable. I know, Lord Crabber. Cable. I know. Dr. Zen also got a temporary apartment for 2 weeks. Cool. Awesome. Oh, yeah, because you're having a bit of trouble there. Yeah. Andy Ritchie, I've been using the MIG ammo version. I also leave longer than normal between layers of the overcolor. Ah, interesting. Okay, so pink, what was it, Pink Master? So, yeah, so maybe you're not letting it dry long enough between steps. Yeah, because I'm not familiar with the Vallejo chipping. And I mean, like, even this AK stuff I've never used. For chipping effects on models and stuff like that, I've always either just done the sponge method, or basically it's the hairspray method. But it's not hairspray. I just seal the layer and then just scrub the top layer off. If it's real thin, you just kind of scrub it and braid it, and you can pull that layer right off. But otherwise, yeah. So interesting. Hopefully that helps, Pigmaster. If it's not, maybe something a little bit more clarifying as to what exactly the problem that you might be having. King 555. I have found a secret to paint gold, dark copper, screaming bell mixed with warp block bronze. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Yeah, I might have to try that myself sometime. Next time I'm playing with Citadel Metallics. Pink Master, thanks, Andy. I'll wait a bit more next time. Yeah. Good advice, Andy. Thank you. Andy says, the longer you leave the chipping fluid to dry, the less will come off when it is wet. Okay. He says he's done it with a brush, so it's possible. Okay. There we go, too. So if he's doing it by paintbrush, laying those layers down, the chipping fluid will work. There we go. Andy says it'll work. He's done it. He's a pro at it. Dorn Jr. Thanks, Chris. Jeremy Hansen. Sounds like they're talking about the power cables that come from the Forge World heavy weapon upgrades. They're resin, and they're not pre-shaped to fit. Oh, okay. So, yes. Bend them just the way you normally would bend Forge World. Just get a bowl. Really near hot water. Plunk them in. Let them sit there for a few minutes till you can start seeing them move around a bit. And then just carefully shape. And then what I do is once I have my shape that I want, I run cold water and then shock it into place. And so I run the cold water over it to shock the resin back into temperature and just let it, temperature die out, and then, check the fit. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, plunk it back in, warm it back up, bend it back into shape, and then again shock it with cold water, and then, and then I'm done usually. Vasily Shimko. Some time ago, GW posted the best model 2017 according to some poll What models were your favorite models? I have no idea. They've been releasing so many models so fast over the last year. Couldn't tell you. Favorite models? Couldn't tell you. I've been enjoying Rodigus. I've been painting up Rodigus. He's almost done. Here he is. You know what? Here, let me switch the camera angle over here. Or not the camera angle, but the focus. There we go. It's Rodigus. Put some slime in his mouth. Really hard not to go overboard with the vomit in his mouth. Sealed him. Matted the cloth on his hood and his backside here. And of course, you know, all sorts of crazy little details going on. Otherwise, he's all glossed up. Tentacles are all nice and slimy looking. Anyway. Oh, go back. There we go. Sorry, it's adjusting these here. There we go. Jatham, Geek of Spades, thanks for the advice on the restream the other week. I've started using it and saved me lots of time uploading video on demand to YouTube. Very cool. So for Bear, sup dudes, start collecting arrived, by the way. Started building it. Having trouble deciding on color scheme. That's the question of the age for everybody, really. It's, what do I paint these things, right? What colors? Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with painting them like you see in the books. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you like the background to particular chapters. You know, it's entirely up to you. That's an area of some soul searching that you'll have to figure out for yourself, I think, for what color scheme to go with. Of course, even if you're making up a color scheme, holy moly, well then, that's even more work. Again, it's even more soul searching. Anthony B, I didn't get notification that you went live. Damn, remember, shotgun beers. Only when I'm at home. Only when I'm home. Taro Silvast, hello, Monkey Lord and Monkeys. Playing a warm-up game of 40k with Tavi while watching live. What a way to live. Very cool. Awesome. What are you guys playing? Like, what armies? How many points? What mission? Dark Mission. Sounds like chipping medium is a product too far. From the chat, I'd say it's easier and quicker to use traditional methods. It all depends. Because I've seen the chipping technique used to very good effectiveness on like scale models, like tanks, stuff like that. That's where, like, again, like these kind, like, see, again, a lot of these products, they come from the scale modeling world, and it's the scale modelers who've been using this stuff for years. So if you really want to get some good advice on using these kind of products, look to those guys. Look to the scale modelers, because they've been using this stuff for years. And so, you know, they're going to be some spots of really good insight in there. Ramv, I'm thinking of priming my jeans to white paint Ushabti Bone as a base color, claws Mephisto in red, and wools that crash or look would that clash or look okay? Bone and red? No, I think it would look awesome. No, I think it would look awesome. Bone on the body with red claws. Yeah, in fact, I would go with black highlighted with red for the claws, just to go deeper, darker contrastiness. You know, yeah, I think that would look cool. Dr. Santos, got to tell you guys that I haven't painted butt as intensively before as I did today. Well, good. I'm glad you're getting into it. Sofa Bear, Rodigus looks awesome, dude. Thank you. Kaylin Rivers, Episode 191. Almost done. Almost done. Anthony B. Kris, is that Rodriguez ever going to see the battlefield? It will. By another week, I would say. Because I got to finish off the base. Because he's not on a base, right? I'm pointing at him like he's not on a base. He's on a very sturdy, steady hand grip. And see, he's good. Like, you know, hold him upside down, swing around. Yeah, he's good. Gummy nerds. Rodriguez is looking sweet. Thank you. Cocking 555. My favorite to put together is Necrons. You like putting Necrons together? Wow. They're probably on the bottom part of my like, because they're so fiddly and small, and like the legs and arm. But if you like it, man, good. I'm glad. I mean, Space Marines even bore me, and I mean those are easy to put together, right? You just big clunk, 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 and I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I'm not much of an assembler, I suppose. I'm not like I don't get really jazzed up and fired up about, you know, assembling a model. You know, I get more fired up when I'm painting it, you know, or playing with it. Dr. Santos, that's one big Nurgle bum. Oh no. I just thought of the song. Oh no. Must get it out. Must purge. Must purge. If anybody was watching the last paint night will know what I'm talking about. Because ebb and flow. What is it? Put an earworm in my head. Earworm? Is that what it is? An earworm? A song where you can't get it out of your head? Anyway. I'm trying to purge it right now as I'm thinking here. Cocking 555 with the brush, episode 191. I have a year-long paint list. Do you? I've got a lot of stuff to paint too. Kurt Krishon, hey all. G squared at Kris at Anthony B. I don't get notifications anymore at all. What's up? I don't know. Maybe if you go to the YouTube channel on my main channel and click notifications, maybe that makes sure, maybe somehow, you know, YouTube goofing around doing their thing, maybe you got kicked off the list or something. I don't know. Drogothron, Thryron. Mouthful. Oof. Oh, I did wish to say thank you, Kris, for answering my question on the Sit and Talk. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I could. Ms. Tal, email time? It is email time. It is. I think so. In fact, let's see. One more question I can answer right now. Dustin Reeves. Kris, where do you get your brushes? Any brands you'd recommend or things to look for in a brush? Okay, so normally what I use is Citadel brushes. It's just because they're readily available and they're all over the place, and you know they're designed well enough to get the job done. I've been playing a lot with Games and Gears sable hair brushes. I've been enjoying the way they've been glazing because they're nice soft sable hairs. I definitely would recommend sable brushes over synthetics, but if you're just starting out, synthetics are fine. It'll get the job done. It's not going to impede your progress any. It's just when you start getting into more controlled kind of techniques like glazing, you'll find that using a synthetic over a sable is not going to cut it anymore, and you'll want to switch to a sable brush. So in my collections, I have Vallejo brushes, I have Citadel brushes, I have Winsor Newton brushes, I have Army Painter brushes, I have Games and Gears brushes, but a lot of Citadel, just because they're readily available, and you know what I mean. And if I do screw one up, it just goes, you know. But otherwise, yeah. So, but if you're going to the art supply place and you're looking for some brushes that are going to suit your painting needs, then I would recommend you keep your look or your search to the watercolor brushes. You're going to want to look for everything from a 1 or 2 possibly down to the fine brushes. And even if they have like almost an inch in length, or like almost 2 centimeter length, that's okay, because you'll find that you'll still be able to maintain excellent control with long bristles like that. But mind you though, you know, if you're picking up hobby brushes, I mean, like I said, Army painted brushes are fine, Citadel brushes are fine. People crap on all these other paint brushes. No, you got to go with this and this and this. No, when you're just starting out, the brushes are all going to pretty much feel the same to you. And it's not until you start getting into a lot of the nuances that you start to realize how each of these brushes kind of play. And, you know, and that's a journey best left for you to discover. I can't tell you just simply, you know, pick this brush, or this brush, because it's your journey, and it's also whatever resources you have available, because some brushes get pretty pricey. And so, yeah, so shop around. I mean, Army painted brushes are fine. Citadel brushes are good. I mean, I have Winsor Newtons, which are, you know, like the premium brushes, and I hardly ever use them. Also, too, I got a Winsor Newton here, right? It's a Winsor Newton, and look at what it says. Here, hold on. Let me adjust this again. There we go. It's a way of the brush. Winsor Newton, Series 7, right there. So, and of course, I also have everybody to thank for that, of course. That was a contest like a year ago, I think. They did that. So, yeah. But of course, I thank everybody, you know, because it was like share the link or something like that, and everybody had to watch the video on how Winsor Newton makes their brushes or something. But anyway. Let's go to an email, because, yes, holy crap, it's already 10:02. Jeez Louise. It is email time. So let's go headphones right now. Hurry up. email time. Email time. I don't even have an email ready. Here we go. This one is from Dominic. Hey Chris, need your advice, please. Is the red color on the gun casings too much dominant? Maybe switch to a darker red tone. Not sure about what your toggets. My toggets. I've never been asked about my toggets. Thanks a lot, Dominic. And so, let's have a look. He's concerned that the red on the gun casings is too much. Honestly, no, it's not. I like it. It strikes a nice balance. Adds a bit of color. Plays nicely with the blue. The armor is really light. I can't tell, is that a metallic or is that... It looks like it's metallic on the toes, but like on the body, it looks like gray. It's very, very interesting. Like, you got a really nice solid red going on your guns and your shields and stuff like that. But it almost looks like the shade wash got away on you on the armor bits. I see a lot of tide marks and stuff. Is that what I'm seeing? Either way, it looks good. I don't think it's too much. Oh, look at the sword. Very nice. Damn, did you do that by hand? That looks really good. You did that by hand, I think. Really, really nice. Like the effects on the barrels. Very cool. Nice and subtle. I don't like when the whole thing is just kind of, you know, just colored up. I like when it's just like a couple millimeters in from the end of the barrel. It feels more realistic to me than when it's then like going way far back onto the barrels. That doesn't feel terribly realistic to me. I don't know why. Just, you know, I mean, it's fantasy, right? It's not real. Like, none of this is real, like, you know, but I don't know. I like it. I like it where you just come just about 3/4 away, halfway up the barrel. I like that. Looks cool. But otherwise, the model looks good. Base looks cool. Really freaky. It's a cool pose. No, I don't know. It looks good. The red doesn't look off to me. The only thing that concerns me is the main armor plates. It looks like the shade wash got away on you, and you were trying to correct it or something. I don't know. It has, like, at a distance, at first it has that impression like it's marble, but then when I examine it, you know, I can see, like, it looks like you were trying to cover back over the areas, which isn't bad. And I mean, if you were going to go for like a marbling effect, maybe some of those little light veins or something in the armor, that'd be kind of cool. But anywho, thank you, Dominic, for the email. Awesome stuff. No, I don't think that red is too much. I think it's just the right amount of red. Next one is from Nick Dumo. Just a few things I've finished recently: an old troll, crates, an axe guy, a minotaur, our practice at layering. Found I was dry brushing a lot, and though it often turned out well, I want to have more skills practiced. The troll below was from a point where I mostly dry brushed and washed. As always, any tips and criticism, welcome. And so let's have a peeky. And so here is his attempts into layering on the highlights and such. And I like it. The muscles look good. You know. Just be mindful of the thickness of your colors. Thin your paints down just a little bit. But I mean, it looks good. The highlights on the muscles look good. And I can see, like, it looks like about 4 layers. 3 layers. Looks like about 3, because you had the darker base tone, and this mid-tone, and then the highlight tone. But in points like this, it looks like I can see 3. Maybe that's a shade wash giving me that impression. But either way, it gives you lots of color depth. Gives you lots of definition. And visually, it looks interesting. Minotaur. Very cool. It's actually pretty good because it gives you some practice on painting darker flesh tones. You know, because especially if you're going to do, say, like, you know, Imperial Guard, and you're going to have, you know, you're going to portray different skin types. You know, it's good practice to know, you know, how to do a convincing kind of darker flesh tone, you know. So it's very cool. Where are these models from, anyway? Whoa! Very cool. Very interesting. And so what did he say about this last one? So the troll was from a point where I was mostly dry brushing and washed. Okay, so he's mostly dry brushing and washing. Because you can kind of see, like, his brush strokes here. And often when I would recommend the dry brushing is like the last or second last highlighting part. If you're going to build up, say, if you're going to build to the purple, you know, from black, and you're going to build and go to a bright purple, and you're going to dry brush the whole thing, yeah, you're going to end up with super, super chalky finish, you know. Now, see here where you get this bit of chalkiness along the top, it actually doesn't really hurt the model much, because it actually gives the impression of this kind of electric arcing. Now, I don't know if that was the effect he was going for, or if he was just going for more of a pure OSL or what have you, but yeah, it's interesting regardless. Mold lines. I tease, but not really. But yeah, I like it though. I mean, like, it looks good. It gets the point across. I mean, I get it that his back spines are glowing. I think also the color could have ran in reverse. So he was brighter at his central core here and more blue onto the outermost points. Right? So that we get more of an impression of that of that glowing intensity, because he's not glowing on the outer tips. He's glowing in close to his spine. And so actually more white would be gathered at the spine, and you would have deeper colors out towards the ends of the spines. But either way, awesome stuff. Thank you for sending that in. Nick, thank you. Awesome. Keep going. I like it. And the dry brushing, it didn't, you know, it didn't take away from anything for me or for the model. You know, there was a point in my painting where I was doing a lot of dry brushing. I was dry brushing the entirety of Space Marines, you know, and like I said, I was bringing them up from like black to like bright green. I was doing Nurgle Marines, and I was doing black prime and bringing it all the way up, and I was going right through from like dark green all the way up to like the moot green kind of thing, or what was it, scorpion green back in the day? It's a really bright green. I can't remember. I don't remember. Where am I here? Dr. Santos, haven't seen the video, but was it the Booty song? Maybe. Anthony B, purging the brain by shotgunning beers. That's after. It's always after a show. Could you imagine? I could never do this show, like just show up just drunk and just kind of you know what I mean? Like, you guys wouldn't tune in for that. Just see this wreck on TV. Just come on. It'd be boring. It'd be boring. Don't want that. Vasily Shimko, I hate assembling whatever Dark Eldar infantry model that has the Dark Lance. Or the Scourges, man. The Scourges. Because like the one tippy toe is on the base, and like, you know, and then they got like the gun and he's holding it, and and then the feather and the wings, and it's just, they're finicky. Oof. Aquabaster, damn, I'm late again. W Nerds, Chris, what have you found to be the best method for removing accumulated dust from models which have been shelved for any length of time? Thanks. Typically, whenever I'm like dusting my models, I use like a brush. This is a Citadel brush. Oh, you can see some dust flying off it right now. This is a Citadel brush. This is a scenery brush, but this is hog hair bristles. So if you go find yourself a paintbrush that's hog hair bristles like this, and this is what I use to dust, and I just dust my models with this because it's firm enough yet gentle enough to not mess up your paint jobs. But of course, if you've sealed your models, you should be okay. If you haven't sealed your models and say like decals were starting to lift from the surface, yeah, you're probably gonna end up pulling them off with this. Otherwise, dusting models, yeah, that's a tough one, because I mean, you can't use anything like Windex, or, you know, I would maybe a Swiffer, you know, the dust collecting Swiffer one, where, you know, I don't know, you could try that. Ooh, yeah, a lot of those things. Anytime you put any kind of chemicals near your paint jobs, it's like, ugh, I don't know, I'm not sure how that's going to react, and, you know, so tread carefully, whatever you do. If you find a good way to dust models that are severely dusty, because I've got a few models that are really dusty. If you've got a good way, send it to me, because I'd like to know. And, you know, yeah, just let me know. So this is information that even I want to know. So let me know. Kalen Rivers, winter camo on a gray night. Do you think maybe that was what he was going for? Winter camo? Maybe I had it completely wrong. Maybe. That's entirely possible. Maybe I had it completely wrong, and he was going for more like an urban winter kind of camo kind of look. Maybe, yeah, that's possible. Zoe, what is it? Brand hype? I can't see it though. Emoticon is so damn small. The emoticon. Oh, I like clicking buttons and nothing happens. There we go. I have to go over to Twitch to see this. Oh, just hype. It just says just hype, but I thought it was. I thought there was more, because the way it shows up on this other program, it says brand or something, and it just says hype in really small letters. I don't know. Anyway, George Hints might tune in once to see it. Okay, what? See me loaded and on the camera and just kind of falling over? I don't know. There he is, Ebb and Flow. At Kris, how's that earworm treating you? I was just talking about it just a few minutes ago, that because something came up and I was trying to like drill the earworm out. I was thinking of taking the end of this paintbrush or something, or maybe just like taking this marker and just kind of, you know, jamming it right in. Anyway. Yeah, thanks, Eb. Thanks for just kind of killing that whole paint night. Dark Commission episode 191, brushing dust with a dusty brush. Dark Commission, if you have one, use the airbrush to blow the dust out. Oh yeah, that's the other one, the compressed air. Or even your airbrush. If you have an airbrush, you can just use that and just blow the air off. There you go. That's another idea. Now we're talking. Now we're getting some ideas happening here. Andrew McCall, best way to dust off models is to throw them in a butterfly net and go skydiving with them. That's the best way. That seems kind of lengthy. That seems almost like a Wile E. Coyote kind of way to dust your models. I'm just picturing Drewski with just, you know, goggles and sack models and just jumping off, flying into the wind. John J, greetings, boys and girls, greetings. Wait, roll call. How many females do we have in the chat? How many females? I don't know, because any that show up immediately kind of just tune in and go, oh my, and then leave, you know. And so, yeah, there's only maybe one or two that are maybe hang around and just lurk in the corner, quietly listening, and, you know, trying to absorb whatever information they can, and, you know, trying to tune out the regular kind of crap that's spewing out of my mouth. Andrew McCall, definitely the best way. Yeah, your Wile E. Coyote method is probably the best way. Yeah. John J, way the brush. When it dust, blow it off. When it dust, blow it off. That sounds like Shakespeare. Ebb and Flow. Best way to remove dust is a simple green bath. That's terrible advice, Eb. That's terrible advice. I don't think I've ever said that on my show, but that's terrible advice. You, sir, are a bad human being. Trying to get all these people go, really? Simple green will clear the dust right off. Bloop. And their model's gone. You know, it's aw. Dr. Zed does best dust removal is fire. There's another bad example. Both of you guys are bad human beings. Bad. Like, why would you try and convince your friends to set their models on fire? George, if you seal your mini, dip and switch a Dawn dish soap, 1 drop to liter water, and then rinse off with water. Yeah, even then, I'd be leery of that one too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Have you ever done it, George? Have you ever used that technique? I don't know. I've never done it. I mean, I seal a lot of my models. I still wouldn't just go take them into the water and just, you know what I mean? Like, no. George says yes. So George says he has done it. So again, his suggestion is to dip and switch a Dawn dish soap, 1 drop to a gallon of water, and then rinse off with water. So he's done it. He's claimed he's done it. So if you're brave enough to give it a try, give it a try. Of course, I mean, can't be any worse than Ebb and Flow's idea or Dr. Xantos' idea. Andrew, secrets. I told you skydiving was the best way. Yeah, it's a Wile E. Coyote way. I get it. It's, yeah. Kayla Rivers, if the model is well sealed, Q-tip and water. Okay, Q-tip and water. So we're going back to the water thing. Sure. I think just blowing it, you know, just air with the compressed air or airbrush, blow. And I mean, I use that brush all the time just to just lightly dust the model off. I mean, you know, No fuss, no muss. I don't know. Dr. Sanders, just got to use fire. Fire, 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 fire. John J. Way the Rush 191. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Harvey Savage, I use a lightly dampened brush. Interesting. See, I've tried the dampened brush, and I found that the dust kind of got clumpy on the surface. Like the moisture reacted with the dust and made it kind of clumpy, and so then I ended up having to use stronger methods to kind of get rid of it. Whereas if I stayed dry and just used a brush, got rid of it just fine. Kaylin Rivers, next quick tip video: washing your models. Use some of Steve's. Yeah, Steve would have a conniption if I used his models in a video like that. Steve, I'm gonna pour your Dark Eldar here. I just gotta clean them for dust. Pour them all into the sink. Yeah, he'd explode. He would die. Yeah, and then run away. Yeah, and I'd have to run away. Dr. Sanchez, episode 191. Just blow it. Just blow it. That's all you gotta do. Just blow it. Lord Krabby, the Primaris Apothecary is a challenge. Is so freaking detailed and lots of small crevasses. Crevices? Curvices? He looks pretty cool though. I kind of dig the model. I like Primaris Marines. Just because they're nice big Marines now. I like those. I like them big. Dorn Jr. Nuke dust from orbit. Only way to be sure. That's right. It's the only way to be sure, man. It's the only way to be sure. Gummy Nerds, great dusting tips. I'm off now to use the fire and simple green methods before I throw my miniatures out of an airplane. Thanks. Yeah, you gotta use the simple green method, then load them into a bag and jump out of an airplane to dry them off. That's how you dry them off. There we go. Oh man. My God. Curvisi? What's Curvisi? Gummy Nerds. Curvisi. I do appreciate though Lord Krabby trying to bring us back on topic though. I appreciate that, Lord. You're the only cat in the building, you know, who's willing to kind of bring the topic back to wargaming and not people blowing fire off on the miniatures and, you know, stuff like that. Vasily, there's no dust in outer space, so maybe you should send them to outer space. Maybe. I think space is full of dust, isn't it? Yeah, space is full of dust. Andrew, not that is expert advice. Not that is... What are you, Yoda? Expert advice? Not that is. Gumminers, plural for crevasse. Cavrisi. Oh, okay, Cavrisi. So lots of Cavrisi as opposed to crevices. Crevices? Crevasses? Dark Commission, episode 191. Forget dusting. Buy a cabinet. Yeah, just buy a cabinet. Just get a cabinet. You know, seal it up. There you go. Don't have to worry about too much dust. There's less dust in there than the rest of your house. Of course, too, if you have a smoker in the house or something like that, oh man, you're gonna have tons of dust. Big friendly wargamer. Good day, Monkey King and fellow monkeys. I'm late, but I'm here. Well, welcome. Mad Cow Crazy. Kris, did you see that upside down bolters from Forge World are now designed that way on purpose, according to Forge World? The upside down bolters. Upside down bolters. Qua? Okay, well, I gotta see this now. Upside down bolters from Forge World. That's not Forge World. Oh, that's not Forge World. That's Forge World. Are they in the, like, is it, like, hinted at, or is it, like, something new in the stock, or what? Is it new? Tell me. I don't see any upside down boulders. I don't see any. I think you fooled me. I think you're having fun with me. Yeah, I don't see no upside down bolters. Lied to me. John J. Dusty crevices. Dusty crevices. Yeah, that's what he was talking about. Dusty crevices. No. He was trying to, he was talking about painting in the details of the crevices. We were talking about dusting the crevices. And we mixed the two up. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Dr. Santos, you should listen to Fire by Steam Powered Giraffe. Hauntingly good song. Okay. John J, what's a popular cabinet we can all get from IKEA? Those big glass ones. You put the lights in them. Nice display cabinet. I want to get a couple of those. Just for my office. Just to, free up some of my shelf space. Gummy Nerds. Chris, do you take sugar and or cream in your coffee? Or do you drink it black? I take a little bit of cream. Normally I prefer honey. Black with honey. But lately I've been just drinking it with cream. Just because. Tasty. It's a French vanilla. It's French vanilla. Sometimes it's Irish cream, but otherwise it's French vanilla. Lord Krabby, LOL, wet your models, then microwave them. Oof. That'll get the dust out of there. And then maybe friendly call your firefighter department. Big Friendly Wargamer says they're in the Space Wolf upgrade kit. Is it on the site, though? That's my question. The Space Wolf upgrade kit. Is that the upgrade kit from Horus Heresy or for regular 40k? I'll go Horus Heresy first. And then Space Wolves. And then... Is it the Great Wolf host thing? I don't see upside down bolters. No. You're gonna have to send me a link. You're gonna have to send me a link. Because I don't see anything in the Horus Heresy, which I assumed it would be in, right? If they're gonna do the throwback bolt guns, that would be my first guess. But let's try 40k then. Just for giggles. Space Wolves. No, nothing but doors. Chests. Shoulders. More doors and chests. And shoulders. No, I don't see bolt guns. Or is it from Games Workshop proper? No, you said Forge World. I don't know. I'm thinking now I no longer care. Mad Cow Crazy, send you a pic with the bolters. Okay, let's see. You sent me a pic, Mad Cow? No, you sent me the Cyanide and Happiness. What the picture of OJ? What the hell, man? What are you trying to do to me? Anyway, Stony 104. Sorry, I think the question just got asked, but with a model that's collected dust, how do you clean it without damaging the paint job? Excellent question. Well, Stony, you can rewind the playhead and go back a few minutes as we were talking about various methods. Don't listen to Ebb and Flow or Dr. Xantos' idea, which is they're crazy. And of course, Drewski also had a kind of a Wile E. Coyote kind of idea. George recommends, a little bit of water, drop of dish soap, light scrubbing, rinse them off. If you've sealed the models, if you've sealed your models, if you have not sealed your models, then I would recommend just staying with a dry brush. And, you know what I mean? Like I use, a larger brush like this. This is a hog hair. Hog hair or horse hair? One of the two. This is typically, when they're white like this, it's typically a hog hair, I believe. And I use this for dusting. And you can see actually the brush is quite dirty on its end because I use it a lot for dusting. Because I just go around and I just dust. That's it. Nothing fancy. That's all I do. So Stony, hopefully that helps. George says swish, not scrub. Oh, swish. Just swish them around. Sorry. Swish. Swish. Stony, brilliant. Thank you for the tips. Yeah. But you can also go back because we got, into a lengthy talk about it. But yeah. Door Junior, speaking of cabinet, is the one in Dave's office custom? I can't find one with shelves every 3 inches. You know what? I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Okay, I just got the email from Mad Cow. Upside down bolters. Now, yeah, these are the classic Rogue Trader type bolters. Why are they called upside down? They're not upside down. How are they upside down? I mean, other than there's no eject port for, you know, casings, but I mean, how are these upside down? Oh, I see. That's what they should look. I'm looking at the bottom picture. I'm going, yeah, that's how a bolter looks. And then, of course, I got you. But the little picture shows the bolt gun with the sight underneath. I got you. It took me a while to figure out what was wrong. Okay, forgive me. I'm a little slow sometimes. I got you. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Yeah, that's got me scratching my head now. Why would you do that? Nowhere in the history of the Imperium have they put their sights on the bottom of the gun. Sometimes you have that little doodad underneath that looks like it might be like a targeter or something like that. But they've always had the open sights on the gun. I mean, guns have open sights on them, right? So, I don't know. So, Mad Cow, yeah, I do get it. Why they do that, I don't know. But yeah, now I've seen it, and now I can't unsee it. That's ridiculous. Why would they do that? Why? Yes, I asked the question now. Why? Why would they do that? I don't know. I'm still kind of looking at the picture because I can see it off the frame here, and I don't get it. Anyway, Stony104, do you use a wet palette? If so, could you walk us through how yours is set up? I could. In my channel on YouTube, I have a video on how I make a wet palette for $4. $4 wet palette, and it'll save you dollars of paint. But yes, and really, like the video on my YouTube channel, if you just go over to my YouTube channel, it's Kris Bello, or you can follow the link in the descriptions. Actually, no, Twitch doesn't allow me to do any descriptions in the videos. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. At least I can't find where the hell to put them in. But anyway, because you're over on Twitch, I see. But if you head to weightthethe-brush.com, if you go to weightthethe-brush.com, you'll find all the links for everything. And you'll find my YouTube channel. And you can go to my YouTube channel, and you'll find I have a wet palette video. And in fact, I may put that video up on the front page of the site because there are a lot of questions about it. But in a nutshell, can I grab it really quickly here? Without knocking all my crap over? Not really. You can tell I use my wet palette often. But anyway, in a nutshell, head yourself over to you know, the dollar stores or whatever, cheap dollar stores. This is a bacon container. Okay, this is what I use in the video. You open it up, and I use just regular old paper towel. It's kind of hard to see under the bright lights here, but it's paper towel, parchment paper. See some old colors here I was playing with, and I like it because it's got a nice shallow bottom. So it's nice and shallow. So like while I'm painting, I mean, it's not, because some people use like some people will show they're using like deep Tupperware and stuff like that. It works, but I mean, it's up high and stuff. Whereas I like my palette nice and close to the surface, or you know, I can even hold it, and you know what I mean. But you don't really want to hold it because then your color's gonna, you know, go everywhere, kind of thing. After a while, anyway. But otherwise, yeah. So I do have a video on making this for $4. That's $4 Canadian, so that's less American if you're American. So, but yeah, on my channel I do have how to make a wet palette, and also I do have a couple other videos on a wet palette challenge demonstrating using a regular palette versus a wet palette. And so you might want to check that one out as well. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. John J. Kris, have you tried the girly makeup brush that Terry Lotarco recommended? The e.l.f. contour brush. I have to say, for $3, wow, what a dry brush. Sure. No, I've not. No, I've not tried it. I had no idea about this. Dry brushing typically falls to old brushes, and you know, dry brushing brushes are always just for dry brushing. They never get any other duties. They just dry brush because you beat the hell out of them anyway, right? So, yeah. But no, I've not heard of that brush. I'll check it out sometime. Send me a link. Send me the link. Sir Peanut Butter, the site is on the bottom. Yeah, the site's on the bottom. I don't know why that is, but yeah. Who decided that was a good idea? I have no idea. Apparently Spaceful players. Kayla Rivers, according to most British websites, dry, soft brush to clean minis, and we all know the British know best. Sure. If you say so. Mad Cow Crazy at Kris, show the pic on Steam for those who don't know how to get it. That would involve me switching over to the other computer, which I'm not going to do. This computer's finicky. I'm constantly like, hey, whoa, baby, hold on, keep it together. You know, come on now. You've been watching this show for a while now. Stony, good stuff. Thank you. I'll check it out. Yeah, cool. G squared, save you dollars of paint. Now that's a good one. Yeah, I know. Well, I'll save you dollars. I'm not going to say it's going to save you hundreds of dollars in paint because, I mean, when was the last time you spent hundreds of dollars on paint? Unless, of course, you have a huge paint collection, in which case, you know, okay, fine. But if you're spending hundreds of dollars on paint collections, then you're not really painting, are you? You're just buying lots of paints because my paint collection, I mean, like, some of the old paints, I mean, they're pretty much gone. They're dead, you know. Although some of them are pretty good. Like, I still hang on to one particular color. Yeah, I still have my old inks from back in the day. Yeah, I still have an old hexagonal tentacle pink. Back when Citadel had these nice little hexagonals with the flip-up lids like this. And the paint... Oh, I can see the medium. Let me see if I give it a little bit of a shake here. Let's see here. If I shake this up really good, let's see if... Oh, I can hear something heavy sloshing around now. No, there we go. I think it's breaking down. I think it's breaking down. Okay, let's see. Open it up. Good grief. Look at that. I can still use this. This is still flowing just nicely. Look at that. It smells like latex paint. Don't ask me why I'm smelling them. Here's a yellow wash from way back in the day. I don't even know when they produce these paints. When do they produce these? Is there dates on them? Listen to this. This wash. It says, warning, harmful if swallowed, eye irritant. It contains C12, C15 thoxylated alcohols. I always thought these things were water-based acrylics. But this has got alcohols in it. Does it got a flammable tag on it? Nope, no foot. Son of a bitch, it does have a flammable tag. It does. In very black writing in this dark blue area, it says flammable. It says warning, eye irritant, and flammable. Son of a bitch. Made in the UK. Made in the UK. Well, who was just saying that they know best? This shit's gonna kill me. Maybe that's why I'm all demented now, because this crazy crap. English know best. Are you kidding me? Where's the frickin' dates? There's no date on this. No dates. Let me check this one. Now the regular paints. The regular paints have flammable on them too. It says right there in the yellow. Flammable. Okay, listen to this. Maybe that's why these older paints last longer, because they're more like the damn lacquers. This is freaking me out, people. Contains... See, I never read this crap back in the day. I'll just use the paints and I'll paint my models. This regular color here, this is a pink. This is tentacle pink. This contains, and it says it's an eye irritant. So if I got this paint in my eye, which could have been very well happened, it contains 2-phenylethanol, phenoxylethanol. It contains 2 of that, 2 molecules of that, whatever that is. Damn. This is back when they still had the Baltimore office. Son of a beehive. I was lied to. I was lied to. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can zoom this in here. Hold on. Let's go in really close. Yeah, see at the bottom? Flammable. I wonder if any of my old paint jobs are flammable. If I freaking blow up my models. What were we talking about? Dusting our models with fire? That's why you don't want to dust your models with fire, because if you're using this old stuff back in the day, you'll freaking blow yourself up. Put yourself in orbit. Where's I got another one. I got another old. Yeah, I got some really old ones here. Yeah, this. I still hold on to this one here because the shade is just so strong. This is green ink from the Citadel from when they, oh man, it's got dust. In the old paint sets, they had the picture of the Golden Demon and everything like that in the paint sets. Yeah, this is the green from that set. Anyway, enough memory lane. Oh wait, Gummy Nerd says phenoxylethanol is a glycol, either used as a perfume fixative, insect repellent, antiseptic, solvent, preservative, or anesthetic in fish agriculture. It is an ether alcohol with aromatic properties. Son of a bitch! I wonder if the whole time I was getting myself high while I was painting my models. No wonder why I used to love this stuff. Because remember I was talking about, geez Louise, because like the typhus corrosion. Remember, like a while ago, I was talking about typhus corrosion. How it's the only paint that smells like old GW paints, but old GW paints, had a smell to them. Yeah, I was getting freaking high off that stuff. Damn, I was lied to. Ghost of Star Red Deluxe YouTuber Britain lied to me. Oh man. Dark Commission episode 191. You're never too old to learn. You've been poisoning yourself. That's excellent. That's an excellent one right there. We're gonna use that. You're never too old to learn. You've been, oh, son of a beehive. There we go. You're never too old to learn. You've been poisoning yourself, and that's very true. Let's see if I can switch this right on the mains here. I can go like this. No. Oh, okay. I can do it from here then. Okay, let's get rid of that. So Twitch, never too old, poison yourself. On the tubes, never too old, learn to poison yourself. My God, man, my God, craziness. Now I just want to grab some of my older paints and give it a good sniff. Episode 191. Don't drink the ink. No, don't drink the ink. Jim White, organic chemistry is an art show. Well done, Kris. Kaylin Rivers, we all know what happened to all the lost brain cells. You know what? Yeah, I mean, you know, I used to be a very smart guy, but now that I think about it, all the years I spent doing this hobby, I've been killing my brain cells. G squared, now you'll stop sniffing your paint? No, I'm going to keep sniffing my paints, man. Where the hell is my older paints? Some of the older ones here. Yeah. This one here, the label fell off, but this one here, this should still be good too. Yeah, I can feel it sloshing. This is way back in the day, snakebite leather. The label fell off, but I had to rewrite the name on it. But this is, yeah, old snakebite leather. This was a really great brown. This brown, until it was pretty much redone as Tau. Yeah, Tau light, or no, XV88. XV88 is pretty close to this color, and it's only since XV88 has this color been replaced, I do believe. But yeah, let's see. Let's give these guys. Now, this first edition paints, the labels fell off, so I have no idea if these things were just as toxic or what. Vasily says, Typhus corrosion smells like Kalia green shade. Gummy nerds. I had a date one time who smelled of typhus corrosion. I'm not even going to go there, dude. Oh, man. Gummy nerds. Way of the brush. Brought to you by the art of sniffing. So let's see here. Let's open her up. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Paint's still good. See? See the glistening light? Oh, man. That's the stuff. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So, what time is it? 1:34. Okay, 1:34. We're okay. We're okay. G squared, memory lane of paints. That should be the title this week. Dark Commission. Better than one smelling of bacon. Oh, if it smelled of bacon, man, I'd have painted more often. Oh, jeez. Okay, you know what? Let's do an email. Let's clear our heads of paint smells. I gotta put these paints away first, though. But yeah, clear some of the silliness up here. Gummy nerd, that was fun. Thanks for a good time. Is my desk moving? Holy crap! Am I buzzed out? I thought my desk was moving. Uh-oh. No, my desk is pretty solid. I mean, like, yeah, you'd see the camera shake if I move my desk here, but anyway. Ms. Towel, guys, smell chestnut ink. That is nice. Okay, I'm done with the sniffing contest here. Let's jump to an email. Headphones, people, headphones. Email time. It's email time. This is from our buddy Terry, aka Two Guns Painting. Hi, Kris. Oh, you know what? Jeez Louise, I almost forgot. How could I forget? Of course, we always have to thank Guymere Allfur, aka Carl, aka Beer and Blood Bowl, for taking the time to create these jingles for us that we all know and love and make us smile every time we hear the little monkey jingle. Man, I almost forgot. I forgot to mention that last time. Jeez Louise. My bad. My bad, Carl. My bad. Anyway. Hi, Kris. I haven't been able to catch a live show for a while, but always watching after the event. I thought I would share some recent work with you and the monkeys. Hopefully, something different. First, 2 box sets were commissioned for a client who has a love of the old school. These are Citadel box sets from the early 80s. Next for my own collection is a Reaper Stitch Golem, and finally some Ral Partha 15mm scale goblins. These fellows are so tiny. Hope you enjoy, and any comments, welcome. Thanks, Terry, aka Two Gun Painting. Two Gun. And so let's have a look here at this photo. And this is damn cool. Look at the paint jobs on these guys, man. That's awesome. Look at the ghost in the middle. He immediately catches the eye. The lizard man on the far right. I love the transition you got going on from the belly scales and everything like that. Let's go over here. Yeah, look at that. Really good stuff. Nice and clean. I love the red. It's nice and smooth. Oh man, all these little classic pieces. Look at that though. That's fantastic, man. Nice and clean. I love the paint job. And it has that classic feeling to it. You know, like if you'd have thrown a zenithal highlight on everything, that would have felt too new school for these models and would have probably have taken the viewer out. But because they have a bit of that old school look to them, and the paint jobs are, you know, fairly typical miniature paint jobs, it works. Really nice stuff. Love the elf. Love the blue in that cloak. Little hobbit. I remember that guy. The druid. And the Knight. Is this for Talisman? No, you said this was for Hero Quest or something? Or is this the old Talisman? Oh, look at this. I love the texture you created with the burlap. That is fantastic. Let's zoom in a bit on that. Look at that. Now, I'm going to assume that burlap, to bring that texture out, you dry brushed a little bit. All right? I'm guessing correctly here. And you did it right. If you did dry brush it, you did it right. Or did you glaze it downwards? And create the texture and then glaze downwards and shade it. Either way, you got little high points and low points. You got the shadows. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't give it a uniform dry brushing. Oftentimes when you have like these really texture rich surfaces, a lot of people end up just kind of dry brushing the whole thing and just kind of hit the whole thing. Whereas no, you very carefully hit this area, hit this area, hit this area, you hit that area. You know what I mean? You can follow along this edge and brought the color in towards the collar. Excellent job. I love the color scheme. I love that integration of the pink with the light blue. Gives it that very kind of soft and playful vibe, yet it has that dangerous appearance to it because he's got obviously a great big friggin' spike with him. And of course there's crap falling out of his guts. That's just fantastic, man. I love the color scheme. I love the colors. I love that burlap. That's fantastic. Nice tight checkers on the belly. They're not too overdone. You know what I mean? Like the contrast between checkers. It plays nicely with the whole body, even though it's a fairly bright and your eye is immediately drawn to it. You can see the checker pattern, but it's not like you know, overbearing. It's not like a black and white checker. You know, that pink is a very soft pink, and the white doesn't even feel like it's all the way white. It feels like it's a different white you use there. Just to give it a softer feeling, and I think that was the right call. I think this is an excellent example of a well executed paint job in choice of colors and technique. Very good. I like it. Awesome stuff. Immediately my eye is drawn to all the little buttons. That's awesome. Yeah, I like how immediately it has the feeling of playfulness, and yet you know, is obviously still very dangerous, you know, and I really like that vibe. That's very, very cool. Some little gobos. Nice. Very nice work. I like how you got nice deep flesh tones on them, yet, you know, you kept the other details somewhat minimal, but that's fine because, I mean, really all the characters in their flesh tone, you know. Oh, is that it? Aw, that's it. Aw. Anyway, thank you, Two Gun, for sharing with us. Awesome work. Awesome stuff, man. That was great. Oh, excuse me. I'm hiccuping like mad right now. Got all sorts of problems today. Fighting hiccups and sneezes. And oh, man. Aaron Seach. Hey, Chris. Hey, Monkey. Hey, Aaron. What's happening, buddy? Dark Commission. I've only been painting 3 years, so don't know old school, but I like those paint jobs. Yeah, well, like old school is kind of, it's kind of like that, where it wasn't very much edge highlighting. Surfaces were highlighted, right? So, for example, like the shoulder muscle, you'd bring those highlights kind of upwards, or even kind of outwards, or even centrally. And so then this muscle, the highlight would come centrally, and that muscle would centrally. And I mean, that was a very classical kind of highlighting scheme. It wasn't until you start getting more realistic that the highlights were brought upwards, where the imagined light source was above, you know, casting the light downwards. And it was really before a lot of edge highlighting was being done as well, where everything, the highlights were just pretty much central, and highlights were just central, and there was like, the under portion of a miniature could be bright, just as bright as it was up here, because again, it was the highlights were central. And so, yeah, just interesting. G Squared, was the beat puppet Wars Unstitched? I don't know. Oh, that's wrong email. I don't know. I don't recall. Ben Ellis just finished a custode, but with all that gold, it's messing with my eyes. It's hard to tell where bike starts and custode finishes. Does anyone have any advice on how to separate the rider and the bike? Email sent of the item. The new custode bikes, Quirk just recently did that, and I think he glued it all together and then painted it, because he said like the cloth bits that look like they're attached to the rider are actually glued to the bike. He said it was kind of a pain in the butt, but I don't know. I have not painted the model myself. I've been deeply engrossed into painting Rodigus, and so I haven't really been paying much attention to anything else lately. Drogothron. Anyway, hey Chris, if one wanted to send you an email of models, would you prefer it as a work in progress, as it goes on, or complicated or completed models? Either one, whatever you feel like sharing, bud. Please share whatever you like. Work in progress is fine, because it's work in progress, and it's not like, you know, it's not like we're gonna, you know, go look at your work in progress and go, oh, well, that's crap, because I mean, it's a work in progress. I mean, you're not done yet, you know. So it's really whatever you feel like sharing. Just that you send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com and send the pictures as attachments in the email. Don't send me to Photobucket or anything like that, because I ain't gonna do it. So yeah, so feel free, whatever you want to share, bud. Drug, whatever you want to share. If you want to share whatever your work in progress is, sure. If you want a little help and, like, you know, what you're doing, or, you know, maybe you're stuck on something, sure, happy to help. If it's a completed model and you want to show off your completed work, please, by all means, you know, whatever you feel like sharing, bud. It's whatever you feel like sharing. Ben Ellis, just so much gold. Nice work painting the big fella, as it looked ace on Instagram. Yeah, I posted just the face on Instagram with just the slime, because it was the one thing I completed that day. And then Mike had posted more of a full body shot of the guy. I mean, he's mostly done. He's mostly done. Mostly. Almost. I still got to do his base, but that's going to be this weekend, so yeah. Yeah. Aaron Siege getting ready to build and paint Nagash. Oh, cool. What could I use to make the spirits around him glow in the dark when lights are out? Glow in the dark paint. Use glow in the dark paint. Head over to Hobby Lobby, and you could probably get. I don't know if any of the regular paint lines will sell glow in the dark paint. Any of the airbrush companies, they may sell a glow in the dark paint. If you're gonna find glow in the dark paint, you're most likely going to find it in either the cheap hobby paint stuff, or you're going to find it in the t-shirts, where you can do your own t-shirts and stuff like that. You'll find it in that section. I'm trying to think if there's any other kind of more commercial type paints, like you know, I know like they sell airbrush paints, Kratex. They sell the airbrush Kratex. I don't know if they have a glow in the dark line. That'd be interesting though. Either way, whatever you have or whatever you make and decide, get some pictures of hitting Nagash glowing in the dark, please. I'd like to see that. That'd be very cool. White Wolf 14 just sent the email. Cool. Drog, thank you very much, good sir. No problem, buddy. Evan Flo, oh, add Aaron. Any paint that causes chatter from Giger counter, from a Giger counter. George says Hobby Lobby sales Vallejo paint, model paints, right? Hobby Lobby sells Vallejos, yeah. But do they sell glow? Does Vallejo have glow in the dark? Because that's what he's looking for. He's looking for glow in the dark. Because he wants to make Nagash glow. Because there's ghosts that are around the model. They're like flowing, and that's an excellent idea. Like when I painted Nagash like 2 years ago, I painted it more like fire, which was just kind of different from the box, and just kind of was, you know, where I was at when I was thinking of the color scheme and stuff like that. Oh no, oh yeah. Well, I was just thinking of like what, like, because I was thinking of what paints, like where, if he went to, let's say, a big place like Hobby Lobby, where could he find the glow in the dark paint? That's what I was thinking of. And I know like some lower end cheapy kind of craft store paints have a glow in the dark line, and you might find it there. And I'm pretty sure in some t-shirt stuff they have glow in the dark, and I'm sure he might find it there. Now, how well those paints cover, I could not tell you. They're more like a thicker paint, but oftentimes like those t-shirt paints, they dry, like, you know, if you lay it like a bead, it'll stay a bead, it'll dry a bead. And so if you sculpt it and play with it, you might actually get some interesting results. I don't know. See, I'm theorizing here, but yeah. So you might want to check those paints out. You might want to try on something else before committing to Nagash and painting Nagash. So, yeah. I don't know. But either way, Aaron, you have to send me pictures, man, because I want to see a glow-in-the-dark Nagash. I want to see a glow-in-the-dark Nagash. And I'm sure everybody else out there wants to see a glow-in-the-dark Nagash. We need a glow-in-the-dark Nagash. Oh, you know what I just thought of? What about a great unclean one, glow-in-the-dark? It looked like freaking Slimer from Ghostbusters. Now I want to see a glow-in-the-dark great unclean one. Who's doing a great unclean one out there? Do it in glow-in-the-dark paint, please. Please, I need to see it, please. Aaron, it will be for the spirits and the skeletons coming out of the ground and under them. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, wherever you find the glow-in-the-dark paint, let me know. Let me know what particular brand you use. I would try it out on something else. You know, something with details on it and something like that. You know what I mean? Like a scrap model or something like that you could just apply that paint to, just in case it's too thick, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. So, yeah. Big Friendly Wargamer. You could look into some safety paint. It should be thick, but aren't we all? It would be thick, but aren't we all? George, parrot paints have a glow in the dark. Parrot paints? Where do you find parrot paints? Is that like something you can find in Hobby Lobby? Or are we heading off somewhere else? Now, mind you, George is in the lower part of the United States, and Aaron's in the upper part of the United States, so you might not have the same. I imagine you probably have the same big box stores. So if you find it in a big box store, I'm sure you'll find it anywhere in the United States. So, yeah. So please, Aaron, let me know what you figure out, dude. Let me know. Keep me in the loop because I want to know. And whoever's doing a great unclean one, glow in the dark, I gotta see that too as well. Please, please. Because I was pretty sure there was an airbrush line that did a glow in the dark. I want to say it's something like it was Kratex or if it was Spastics. But I'm pretty sure there's an airbrush line and they do a glow in the dark paint. Dr. Xantos, I'm chunky yet funky. Well, aren't we all? Testers. Testers also does a glow in the dark paint? Yeah, I think Testers does a glow in the dark paint. I think you're right, George. I think you're right. And Testers is at Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure they have a big selection of Testers. Either way, you should be able to find it at Hobby Lobby. Ben Ellis, glow in the dark paint. Pain equals Vallejo Premium Color Acrylic Paint, phosphorescent, 60 mil, about $5. Now, that's the paint. Vallejo does a glow in the dark. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Aaron, preferably an airbrush paint. Yeah. Okay, so we're finding some answers for Aaron here. We're finding some answers. So Vallejo, I would give Hobby Lobby or any of those kind of big places a look. If not, you might have to order it. Apparently Vallejo sells it. I think Testers does have one in their Aztec line. I think it's the Aztec airbrush line. I think it's in there. Could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. But yeah, so, and if anybody else out there knows where to find glow-in-the-dark paint, like acrylic paint, or even airbrush paint, leave a comment below. And yeah, because then Aaron can peruse this afterwards and go, oh yeah, there's another great idea. But yeah, cool. Very good. All right, let's do another email. This is time for headphones. This one's going to rock. Email time. Email time. I saw how that one ends. Anyway, this is from Jace. Hi Kris, I have a question about painting blue. I'm fairly new to painting miniatures, although I've been watching bat reps for a few years. I recently purchased some of the new custom models and want to make the cloths blue instead of red or black, which everyone else seems to be doing. Unfortunately, I cannot find a good tutorial on how to paint a nice rich blue, and all my attempts so far are just awful. I don't have access to an airbrush setup, so I'm doing it all by brush. I'm sorry if you've shown this before, but I cannot find anything like what I need. Please help. Little clicky thing. Jace. So he wants to do a nice blue on the custodes. And I mean, really? Blue? Man, you can, there's all sorts of ways you can go with that one. On the custodes, like if you're going to go with gold on the armor, like first of all, are you staying with gold on the armor and you're going to do just blue instead of red, right? So you're going to do like blue tassels, blue cloths, right? Okay, so let's imagine, you want to do a nice, I would imagine like a darker blue. I mean, you could go with just a regular kind of base blue, but sorry, I'm thinking here. I'm just thinking what would give you a really cool result. I'm thinking if you started off with, say, McCraig blue, and then highlighted, and yeah. I would say you could either start off with a base of McCraig blue or Caldor Sky. Now, they're fairly close, although McCraig blue is a little bit deeper, and Caldor Sky is a little bit more saturated blue. This one feels a little paler, but it's a little bit darker. But this one feels more saturated blue. It feels a little bit brighter blue. It's actually more equivalent to, like, say, you know, like how in comparison to like Corn Red and Evil Sun Scarlet, if you know the difference between those two reds, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that. And then of course followed up with, like, say, Altioc Blue, or even Calgar Blue, Teclis Blue, yeah. Followed up with a nice Teclis Blue. That's got a nice blue. And then there's a Thousand Suns Blue as well. It's really nice. And then of course, if you want to give a really, really nice touch of blue, a very, very thin edge highlight, say on the cloths or just at the very tips of the plumes, just a very little bit of Temple Guard Blue, I think would be really sharp. And that would give you a nice blue. I think that would work really well with gold. And of course, blue and gold work together so well. You could also base the plumes and the cloth in black and build up from there and go for a deeper blue, but with and finish off with that bright blue just on the very edges, just the little bits on the corners and stuff, very, very minimal, and go with something like that, and that would, you know, that would look very striking. So Jace, hopefully that helps, and hopefully get you started on doing your custodes. Of course, send me a picture of your finished product and what you finish and what you do, and you know, I'd be happy to show it off for you, and you know, we'll talk about it. Cool. Ramvi, who did the logo? I did the logo. I did the logo a few weeks back. Email intro logo, that is. Yeah, I did it. I did it. All me. Ben Ellis airbrush glow in the dark paint. Cretex Wicked UV glow base 2 ounce is £7 for airbrush.com. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I've seen Cretex paints in Hobby Lobby, which is an airbrush line, and I'm pretty sure I think that's what it was. I saw the glow in the dark there in their paint line. It's not quite glow in the dark, sorry, but they might have something similar. I don't know. But anyway, Dark Commission, the typical Stormcast, uses Blue Cantor and Caldor Sky highlights with their gold. Yeah, that's a nice one too. Caldor, start off with Caldor Blue, or Cantor Blue. That's another good one. Ben L's Custodes might look nice in bone white with blue, with the armor maybe. Bone white in the armor and blue cloths, or blue armor with the bone white cloths. Either one actually would look pretty cool. The time we got here. Holy crap! We're already 1 minute too. I think we're done. We might be done. We might be done. Maybe we squeeze in one more email. Yeah, I think we can probably squeeze in one more email. It's a bit of a long one, but that's okay. There's no pictures or anything. I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, one more email. Headphones. Headphones. Email time. Email time. It almost sounds like Mojo from Simpsons. Pray for Mojo. This is from David Turner. Hi, Chris. Hope you are well. I've been watching your channel for a while now, and the other week I was watching Wave the Brush live, and I asked about making a whitewash for my Blood Bowl Orc team. You advised to get some flow improver, and that you can make a wash from any color with this. I went out and managed to get a set from Winsor Newton, which included Flow Aid, Slow Dry Medium, Gloss Medium, and Matte Medium. The instructions in the set simply say mix with paint, which I tried on a sample model and the Gloss Medium, and it seemed to make no difference. Do you have any tips such as mix ratio and how they work, etc.? P.S. I have recently come back into painting from quite a few years out and want to say how I cannot believe I have only just found out about a wet palette. I know, it's like how when people start using wet palettes, they're like, how did I just start learn about this? Anyway, What a difference it has made to the finish on my paint. Thanks, Discord Duke. Or Disco Duke. Is it Disco Duke? I think it's Disco Duke. Yeah, Disco Duke. Disco Duke. So, using the whitewash, like I said, all you're going to need is the Flow Aid. Now, you said you had picked up, it had Flow Aid, slow drying, gloss. I mean, okay, you don't need any of those other products. You just need just the Flow Aid. The Flow Aid should flow like water. It should look like water when you slosh it around. It should be really liquidy, right? Because you don't need the slow drying, because the slow drying is a retardant. The gloss medium is just simply a gloss medium. You're just going to add that to a paint, and it's going to make the paint glossy. The matte medium is you're going to add it to a paint, and guess what? It's going to make the paint matte, right? So, with the Flow Aid, okay, typically the mixture ratio is kind of like. Now, see, when they say you're adding it to a paint on the bottle, like with the Liquitex stuff, where's the Liquitex? Yeah, Liquitex Flow Aid. Now, this is the stuff I use. It's from Liquitex. Now, you've got Winsor Newton, which is fine. Now, I'm pretty sure that it should be the acrylic stuff, because I know Winsor Newton's got a big oil paint line as well. So anyway, make sure it is. It should be. I mean, it sounds like it, but make sure that it's acrylic based. Anyway, they often say just to add 1 drop of this to like 20 parts of whatever you're mixing, right? Me personally, I'd probably do it more like a 3-to-1. 3-part paint to 1 part Flow Aid to like 2 or 3 parts medium, thinning medium. Now, like I said, the gloss medium and the matte medium, they're only going to change up the dry, right? I'm not sure how much thinning they're doing, like how much, because I mean, I guess you're adding to the paint, and it should change the properties of the paint. But I don't know if they feel thick, I really wouldn't use it, because what you want from this Flow Aid is to act like a shade wash, right? And the shade washes are very watery, right? They flow and fall into the recesses and all that, and that's what this kind of product does. It makes it flow into the recesses, and you know, it gives you that creeping action. So you don't really want to use anything that's going to make the color thick. And if any of those mediums feel thick, then don't use them, of course. I really wouldn't be using them anyway. So what you're probably better off doing is taking taking a little dollop of white paint, adding 2 or 3 drops of Flow Aid, and then 2 or 3 drops of water. Mix the Flow Aid and water into the white until you get to about the consistency of white that you like. It doesn't have to be a stark white like the paint. You're not thinning the paint down so much as you're making it into a wash, right? And so that's often how I'll make the washes. So even if I take, say, a tiny dollop of white, I know I can mix it into the entire dollop of mixture and get my entire mixture from that. And it's just because I use just a very little amount of color in it. And again, like I said, you can make any color you want into a shade wash. So as long as you have this stuff, you can make any color you want into a shade wash. And it's leaking. Shaking it around too much. Why would that be leaking? I gotta stop sniffing these things, don't I? Yeah, so anyway, so hopefully that helps, David. Hopefully that helps answer your question and alleviate some of the concern there. Yeah, the only product you need to be concerned with is the Flow Aid. Just a little dollop of the color, a couple drops of the Flow Aid, and a couple drops of water or thinning medium. If you're using like Citadel paint, use Lamian medium and thin it, and that should get you the consistency. And then just very lightly and allow the color to creep into the recesses and such. And it does. You're not looking for the shade wash, you know, heavily. Like if you're using shade wash very heavily and you got like big pools of it on your models, you're using too much of it, and you're gonna need to get out of that habit of it. So, yeah. So hopefully that helps and answers your question. If not, write me again. Oh, the Gim, there he is. It's Ninja Die Eldar Die at the end of the show. Hee hee. Hee hee, Gib. Hee hee. Dark Commission, email music should vibrate the dust off minis. There we go. That's how you get dusty minis. Just turn the music way up and just shake your minis free. Vasily Shimko, damn, Winsor Newton has gloss medium. Gotta find it and make gloss washes. Yeah. Grim, good to know. It is good to know. And knowing's half the battle. Anyway, alright, I think I'm done. I'm probably buzzed out from sniffing paints and stuff. If you're brand new to the hobby, if you're commission painting service, you want to drum up some extra exposure, or you just want some help on a color scheme, or just these burning questions that you need answered, send them to Kris@miniwargaming.com. Of course, you can join me on waythebrush.com. And you can ask questions there. Of course, it has all the links for all the social media, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Discord. Discord's been fantastic. We always talk it up on Discord. Of course, whenever we do game nights or painting nights, whatever, we always talk on Discord. And, even after Way of the Brush, we usually end up on Discord talking there. And so, just how it is, as it were. And, yeah, so join us at Way of the Brush Discord, Way of the Brush Discord, waythebrush.com. And it'll have the Facebook page, it'll have Twitter, it'll have Instagram, it'll have Spotify, the things and the other things, and and then the Monkey Shrine. I need pictures of you guys in your shirts, Way the Brush t-shirts. I know some of you guys have bought t-shirts. Please send me a send me a picture of yourself in your Way the Brush monkey shirt, please, because then I can post it on the Monkey Shrine. So I want to make a nice big monkey shrine to you guys, and it'd be awesome. What else? Was that it? I think that was it, wasn't it? Since I got waythebrush.com going, it seems like the ending has gotten a lot shorter now, so. But it's a good thing, though, right? It's more streamlined. Oh, Patreon. Jeez Louise, I almost forgot about Patreon. People have been supporting on Patreon, which has been fantastic, which has helped with everything, the costs of, keeping this stuff going, because for the longest time, this was always out of my pocket, and it was never profitable. Anybody who tells you they're getting into the YouTube game, and they're going to make big money, and they got to set more realistic goals in life than that, because it's not going to happen. But I do this for fun, and I do it to help, and and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. That's why I do it. But it's nice to have some help offsetting costs, and so Patreon allows that. The t-shirt sales allows that. And so it's been fantastic that everybody's been supporting in that way, and it's really great, and I'm really thankful. And and that's why I don't push my luck with anything, because I'm just really grateful for everybody's support, and it's just been fantastic. And so if you feel like kicking $1 or $2 my way to help with costs, because again, these things aren't free. Patreon, it's in this. If you go to waythebrush.com, you'll get the link to the Patreon, and it's all there. And I think I might actually have it in the description here too. But either way, take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And I will see you guys next week. Next week? I think I'll see you guys next week. Will I see you guys next week? Hansel? Dark Commission, great show today. Kris by Monkeys. Dr. Santos, do I have to wear anything else besides the shirt? Oh, man. Well, that's why they got Photoshop, right? So, if you feel like it, buddy. I will see you guys later. I'm going to go and recover from last night. Later, duders.